because you guys will think I'm crazy after I get done explaining this. But it actually makes a lot of sense, and I've used it, probably since I was about 16, really as my sole means of breaking down a new body of water. It's not bulletproof, but there's nothing in fishing that's just black and white, guaranteed to work every time. Right? One of the hardest places to use this is in Florida. But it's a theory that was kind of put upon me with a guy from home. Give me my next slide. So this guy right here, Seth Burrell, he was one of my mentors when I was growing up, when I first started fishing, and he came up with this theory. You know, he had a TV show at home, he had a tackle store, and one thing with his TV show that he really took pride on was always filming larger than average fish. Didn't matter what it was for. He didn't fish just for bass, he fished for walleye, perch, northern pike, whatever it was. And he came up with this theory after he was studying maps and looking at footage and where he consistently caught these larger than average fish. Right? He noticed that there was a pattern that was developing, and so he came up with this percentage triangle, and it's really just, it's a way to target larger than average fish in any body of water, no matter what the species is. I've taken it and kind of adapted it to the tournament scene a little bit, just so that I can take it to kind of different parts of the country and, you know, kind of really refine that process so that it just makes us better anglers, right? One of the hardest things that we do on tour is finding fish. I mean, usually when you find them, if you find active fish, they're not that hard to catch. The biggest thing you have to look for is a spawning flat. The reason for that is the larger your spawning flat, the more fish that area can harbor, right? If you just have a tiny little bay, you may only be able to fit 20 or 30 fish that are able to spawn, right? They have to have a certain amount of area to spawn. They're not going to spawn all on top of each other. So the larger an area that you have for those fish to spawn, it's just more habitat for them. It can harbor more fish. So that's going to give us more opportunity to catch more fish. The next thing is that that's going to be the base of your triangle, right? That's the fat part of our triangle. You know, triangle's got just 3 sides, it's easy. Spawning flat, that's a big wide part. That's the wide part of our triangle. Next thing you need to look for is contour lines. Like I said, over and over, these are the highways. Just like we drive down the road, except for here in Massachusetts, you guys have to kind of dodge snow berms and stuff, but this is how we drive down the road, right? Down the highways. These are their highways. The wider the gaps, most of you guys probably know, but the wider the gaps are on your contour lines, the lower the slope, or the slighter the slope, right? It's going to be more flat. As those lines get closer together, it's going to be steep. So when you see those lines, they're stacked right on top of each other. That's almost a bluff wall, right? So, and you need both of those. The next thing I'm going to look for is points, and the points outside of the spawning flat. That's going to create the tip of our triangle. Just like a point creates a tip, it's going to be the tip of our triangle. It's creating the point of our triangle. So you have to look for those, and I prefer looking for points that have steep drops on each side, or at least on one side. The reason for that is that these fish, when they're out there at the tip of the point, they want to be able to move up and down in the water column without having to swim a long ways.
I hope you enjoyed the preview clip, and for more like that and the entire collection, subscribe to the Bass University TV. And if you want the tackle that you see on there, I want you to go to the Bass University Tackle Shop, powered by Tackle Warehouse, and click right here, and it's all at your fingertips.
You want to become a better angler?
You want to catch more and bigger bass at your local pond?
Then check out Bass University TV for hardcore bass fishing information.
Hey, I'm Pete Gluzek.
And I'm Mike Iaconelli.
And this is Bass University TV.
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluzek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests.
Everywhere I go in the country, I'm trying to use these techniques because I catch big fish that way.
From on the water to in the classroom.
We want to use that bait to help make that area even smaller and really find that sweet spot.
You'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills.
You want something that's got a nice limber action, that's going to allow you to build pressure and keep those hooks pinned against that fish's mouth.
Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time.
Hold on, because you're going to catch some big fish.
Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best.
That's a key theory in all of fishing.
Subscribe to Bass University TV today.
Man, does it trigger a lot of strikes.
Here's the part that you're not going to hear anywhere else. This is the Bass University TV exclusive.